Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dead Space. We are here for the second half of the game in the third part.
This may be our last chance of getting out of here alive, Isaac. There's an asteroid loaded up in the mining bay waiting to be smelted. If you attach the SOS beacon to it, you can launch it away from the ship to make a clean broadcast. The beacon's on the maintenance subdeck. You can launch the asteroid from the control room. Damn, the control room is locked. It looks like they keep an emergency access key on the processing subdeck. Couldn't be easy, could it? I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Okay. Forgive me for not really paying attention to the current story and instead wanting to learn more about what happened to the ship, because all of the current story has been, alright, go here, alright, go here, oh, well, we need to go here now. It's just back and forth across the entirety of the ship. I'd still stand by my Among Us comparison, honestly. This looks lovely. I believe we're in a safe zone, so won't really have to worry about anything murdering us, I think. Let's see, flame fuel. Oh, hello, darling. Bruh, the music went heavy for no reason. I think that might be the best aspect of a lot of horror games, is when you have music that doesn't match the scenario. We're literally just waltzing around, doing nothing, collecting crap in a save zone, clearly. And the game is still like, yeah, but did we spook you? Did we do it? No, you're done. Thank you very much, though. Just looking around being like, okay, so where's the enemy to match the audio? No one? Okay. Odd freaking, it happens in too many games as well. Do. Okay. We're actually gonna keep one, just in case we come across a door in the future. That way we don't have to worry about selling a bunch of crap and then remaking it. Yeah, we'll do this. Oof. I wonder if I can actually look at the weapons and actually see stats. No. Okay. Moving on. Wonder if we'll have a boss fight in this one. So who's still alive right now? Hammond, we assume to be alive. We have the chick.
The mining subdeck is offline for some reason, Isaac. I'll see if I can run a bypass.
And then we have the doctor. And this guy, he was alive. And now I've killed him. Even though he was already dying. Ignore my immediate decision to try to murder the man, by the way. Well, that was annoying. Oh. Bye. Have a good time. I wonder if this game actually has concept art for these creatures. Because I would love to actually just look at the concept art for all the enemies. Or, oh. Whoa. Cool. Die. Not gonna lie, Isaac a bad man.
Get back! Come any closer and I'll shoot him. Give me the access codes to the cargo bay.
You idiot! This is processing. Why the hell would I have codes to cargo?
Don't lie to me. I'm sick of everyone lying to me. It is imperative that I get the marker. Give me those codes.
I don't have them. Is this what you did to the captain? Go on. Shoot me if you've got the balls.
Idiots! It's the only way to stop it. The only way to end it.
He's completely lost it. Somebody call security.
Again, I'm rather interested in what happened prior, not really what's happening now. Hi. You still seem to be alive. Now you're dead. Cool. I'm pretty sure this isn't where I'm supposed to be starting, by the way, but, you know, it is what it is. What? Ow. Ow. Pain. May I pass?
Isaac?
Oh, hello.
Is that really you?
You're a figment of my
It feels like it's
imagination.
been so long. But I can help you now.
No. I like how the technology waited for, like the cart waited to open until after she got done. I believe the cart is also imagining things. You know. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use one of these. I really need more plasma cutter ammo.
The beacon's in the storage room next to you. I think I could disable the lock from here. Hold on.
Your introduction is so random, you can't actually be here. Hey, can you get that ammo and throw it over here? Double tap, baby. Hello. Hey, yo, can we, give me a little room to breathe here?
Okay, the door's unlocked, Isaac. I can't get over to you, but I'll find a way. I love you. This will all be over soon.
I'm terrified of you. Just trying to give me some ammo, by the way. I know I saw some beforehand that I really want. Ooh, there it is. Cool. Okay. Cool. That is? No, it's not. Sweet. Okay. Now that's it. Nice. Hey, this was where I was supposed to go.
Hey, I lost your signal for a while. You had me worried. I see you've got the beacon, so head for the mining bay and attach it to the asteroid. I've been running trajectory calculations, and if we launch soon, there's a good chance the asteroid can reach a safe distance to begin transmitting. Still no sign of Hammond. In his state, I can't imagine he's still alive.
Well, I hope he is. Oh my goodness. Okay, bull. Cool.
Safety gear must be worn at all times in Class A environments.
Hmm. I definitely need more plasma cutter ammo. We are running pretty low. I guess we can switch to the flamethrower. Ooh, yeah, we can definitely switch to the flamethrower. Let's go. Bye, mining.
This is Temple. I found Elizabeth, but there isn't a single space-worthy vessel in the whole goddamn bay.
Jacob, hurry up! We need to find a beacon.
There's gotta be one around here somewhere.
Hello, Miles. The heck is that? Hello. Okay. Flamethrower used, flamethrower gone. Beautiful. Ooh, hello. Yay. Okay. How much do we have? 58. That is not a lot. Yeah, flamethrower might not have been the best of ideas. Cooling concept, and it does mow down enemies, but like, the plasma cutter just seems so much more efficient in terms of ammo consumption. Assuming again that I don't just miss all of my shots. I don't know if that was heard, but I apologize if it was. Okay. Hi. See, one shot dead. Like, are you kidding me? How do you compete? You don't. That's how. Text log. Mining deck. Situation here just got a lot worse. The gravity failure came as we were collating asteroids, and one broke free of the grav beam. It collided with a wall, killing 2 crew and split into chunks. They're free floating in the processing room, and we can't restore gravity to get the master key until they're cleared. We could really use some engineering help up here. Well, it sounds like they were about as good as I was on stopping meteors from murdering things. Still can't get over. Oh, that was a level 4 suit schematic. I didn't even realize. That's kind of sad. Alright, well. I'm gonna sell that. Store that. Sell. Sell. Sell again. Sell again. Sell these. We're gonna take out some flame fuel. And I guess we'll reload real quick. Just to see how much we actually have. Cool. Oh, 33. Yeah, we can deal with that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and start selling some of these as well. Ooh, so close. Yeah, no, I can't afford to sell much else right now. So yeah, we'll stick with this and then we'll hopefully get the level 4 suit pretty soon. It shouldn't take that much longer. Well, this isn't gonna lead to something awful. Oh. Hello.
There's a failsafe on the processing control door. It won't open until gravity is restored. But you can't turn on the gravity until those boulders are cleared from the room. Maybe you can dump them into that gravity beam with your kinesis gun.
Hi, good sir. Whack. Never mind. Whack. Whack. You know, I've been wondering how to blast things, and I kept thinking that I was just going to be using up my ammo. Honestly. Ow. Where? Where?
Exiting zero gravity.
Really wish you had a mod right now. You know what? We're gonna come over here real quick. Neat. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Hold on, we'll be right back. Let's go to the store and get us some very nice, very lovely level 4 suit. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And with that... Oh, it wasn't even 40,000. I didn't even look at the price. I just assumed it was. What an odd third price to have, honestly. They split the difference between my estimates. Okay. I just assumed it was going to be 40,000. We are kitted out. Neat. I wonder how many levels the suits have. I guess with that I'm honestly not adverse to purchasing ammo right now. Alright, so now our armor should be better. Yeah, that looks good. 15%, not bad. Ooh, that inventory though, hold on. So there's probably, yeah, there's probably just 2 more upgrades, I guess.
Entering zero gravity.
There you are, you little turd. Pain in the butt. Cool. Alright. Oh yeah, we don't have gravity, that's right. Okay. Well, I see one all the way over on the other side. You. Aha! Joke's on you, I've already gotten half the crap that was on this side. That was a waste of a power node. It essentially was. Yep, that was a waste of a power node. Cool. Good lord, that's bright. Hey yo. What? Come here. Wow. Money, 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 money. Okay. So, oh, there's a boat. Cool.
Anomaly destroyed.
Was really expecting to see some enemies pop up.
Reminder. Gravity must be restored before accessing the control room.
Yeah.
All free floating anomalies destroyed. Gravity can now be restored.
Friggin' getting told what to do by Siri's granddaughter.
Gravity restored. Access limited to
Bruh, blow up already. All? Any more? Yeah, I wasted quite a few plasma shots. My bad. Come here. Oh wait, is that just part of the box? Actually, that looks like something. No, I think it's just part of the boxes. Yep. Never mind. You know, I could probably pick something up and shoot it at one of the enemies and kill them immediately, but we just figured out how to use that power finally. Because we're stupid. Coo. Yay.
That's the key, Isaac. It'll get you into the control room so you can launch the asteroid. Don't forget to attach the beacon first. I read another report on the colonist dementia. It seemed to start after they removed the marker from the planet. God knows how long it was down there.
Okay. Wait, it started happening after they removed it? Wait, what did she say? The crew or the colonist? I think it was colonist. So the marker was removed from the planet and then crap started hitting the wall. How does that work? Well, bye. We're gonna get dragged up into the vents, aren't we? No? Interesting. Not gonna lie, I was really expecting
Please
something there.
recycle any unused materials regularly. Thank you.
Wait, did I just circle back around? Was that all this was? Hey, yep, that was all that was. Okay. Have a good time. How dare you not drop any ammo for me?
I've got elevator access to the mining subdeck. It was a security lockdown, although I don't think it helped them. Now that you've got the beacon and the key, head over there. It looks like the asteroid is held in place by some gravity tethers. You'll have to knock those out before you can launch it.
Okay. So hard to freaking see in here. I like early on I was talking about how it, like it would kind of would suck difficulty purposes for like how easy the game was by giving me so much ammo, and then they still give me so much ammo, but now they just variate it so much that it doesn't help me. Not to mention with how much I'm missing recently, and by recently I mean throughout the entirety of the game. It's mainly just how much like ammo that there actually is. Oh. That's very tedious. How did they get in there? Who put them in there? I think I need some questions answered. Oh, okay. Elevator, can't go in here just yet. Could have sworn I just heard a squeak. The registration system here also isn't that great in terms of picking up items, but I think we noticed that earlier when we were trying to pick up specific items, and the game kept saying, no, you may not do that. Like right now, where I'm hovering over this, and it wants to pick up this item all the way over here.
Processing log. Supervisor Second Engineer Dallas reporting. This will be my last report. I've seen what they do to the bodies, what they become. I can't let that happen to me. At least if I don't have any limbs, I won't be able to kill anyone when I'm infected. Please hold on. And the kids, I love them. Oh, God. One more. One more.
Wow. Choices were made. My goodness. Okay, there we go. On the plus side, we are maintaining enough money to where it doesn't really matter how much ammo I'm wasting. But boy, flamethrower was definitely a bad choice, I think. Useful against those small little guys, but I think that's what I should just save it for. The plasma cutter is just so much more efficient. That being said, I also don't know that in regards to like the other guns, but I'm hesitant to grab another gun with how the ammo situation has become. Cause like, look at how much like flame ammo it's giving me. Tethers must be deactivated. Ow. I'm gonna launch this at the next thing that pops up. Ah, yeah. Oh, thank you. More flame rounds. I guess the flame rounds would be, or like the flamethrower, would be useful against these enemies. The ones that would explode, ideally on contact. Like, and it has to be based on what guns I have. Mining log, planet crack went smoothly from this end, although there do seem to have been problems planet side and we've temporarily lost contact with the colony. First rock ball was extracted from tectonic load approximately 1 hour after planet crack and has been processed, refined, and smelted. Results have exceeded even optimistic initial estimates. Normal recovery is around 35 mineral, 5 fossil, 60 waste, but material from the first ball was 65 mineral, 0 fossil, in line with expectations. It's a 6.5 tons of ore from a 10-ton ball. Assuming that's not an anomaly, we fit a mother load. Nice.
Entering zero gravity.
Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Wanted to heal. Bruh, it's where I'm aiming for the arm. So wait, where is it being tethered to now? I am so confused. What? I see that. Hmm. Very confused. Very, very confused.
Exiting zero gravity.
About to look this up because I'm an
Entering
idiot.
zero gravity.
Wait, so I'm supposed to go out into space? What?
Entering vacuum.
Oh, no, I don't know about that one, Chief. Ow. Oh. Alright. So let's see.
Warning. Payload 8772 is no longer tethered. Untrained personnel should be exiting vacuum.
I knew it. I knew I was gonna screw that up. I just couldn't move fast enough and I lost track of where like the middle ground was on it. I was really hoping it would just stop working after I blew up the tethers. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh my god. Always save. God. That's so annoying.
Entering zero gravity.
I hear him. Oh my god, do I genuinely I genuinely detest how stiff the aiming is. I hate it. I hate it. It's so annoying. And then for consistency purposes, please, for love of everything, just allow... Dude, I'm tagging you in the head. I know it. Oh my god. You know what? No, 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 no. 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 We're not doing that. We're not doing that retarded crap. Alright, we're not. Oh my god, that's so disgustingly retarded. I was tagging that thing so many times in the arm and head. But no, the game has like the most pinpoint accurate aiming I have ever seen in any game I've ever come across. Jesus Christ. Okay, how far did I set myself back? Because I'm not. Yeah, no, you know what? I could just killed myself with the gravity thing, but you know what? No, no. So annoying. Oh my god. Alright, so where the heck am I? I'm not even in mining anymore. Cool. So what's the point of autosave features, by the way? Like, what's the point? What? We didn't even get... Bro, what is the point of autosave, then? Huh? Oh my god, this... Bro. Bro. Oh my god, we're so far back just because I got irritated, and this game's retarded in its consistency. Jesus. Like, you're joking. Like, what? Like, legitimately, what is the point of having an autosave feature for deaths then? Like, what is the point? Like, what's the point if you're gonna have that for me dying but not coming back into the game? I don't get that. Huh? What? Bro, I'm so pissed. Bro, I'm sorry, I shot 2 of your limbs off. Where's the consistency? I've done that plenty of times before. Never until like the last 2 kills had to shoot off more than 2 limbs. What? Oh my god. Bro, I'm so irritated right now. I'm so irritated. Jesus Christ. straight up beyond frustrating. Oh my god, I've reset so much. Like, I am beyond irritated at that, actually. Honestly, that... That... I'm gonna go so far as to say that's a retarded mechanic to have a save mechanic that doesn't correspond with coming back into the game. Oh my god. I blew the motherfucker's head and arm off, and he still kept coming. And that happened twice now? Dude, like, for the love of God, consistency. I don't know, like, if I've just so happened to be lucky up to this point and it just never happened before, but throughout the entirety of the game so far, every time I blew up 2 limbs, every enemy has died. Every single one. Every one. Alright? God. And I like it's one of those like powerful versions of enemies I've already come across. I noticed that, but even them, I have it's taken longer to blow off the limbs, but they still get blown off.
Gravity is restored, but you can't turn on the gravity until those boulders are cleared from the room. Maybe you can dump them into that gravity beam with your kinesis gun.
Colony destroyed.
Even those things say, oh, you blew up 2 of our limbs. Okay, we're dead. Like, there's consistency within this. Two limbs. Even though the head's not really a limb. Either way, like, there's consistency here. Even when I, like, get lucky and shoot off 2 limbs with 1 shot. There's consistency. God, do I detest inconsistencies. Specifically in some crap like this. Alright? Oh my god. Dude, like, I don't know what I'm more irritated at. That, or again, like, the save mechanic being as retarded as it is.
Accessing the control room. Thank you. Reminder. Gravity must be restored before accessing the control room. Thank you. Colony destroyed.
Bruh. Go. You... You know, I wouldn't be as upset with, like, the idea of having to be so precise if this game wasn't an 08 game. Like, if this game wasn't as old as it is with the stiffest controls as it does have, I wouldn't care nearly as much. But because it does have the stiffest can be controls, I feel like there should be some higher leeway in landing any form of shots in this game. I'm looking at you, by the way, Meteor Scenario, you retarded game concept. What hit me? Cool, cool. I love swarm mechanics. I love it. Totally not just a way to irritate the player to hell and back. I love it. Jesus Christ. And because I didn't kill them, I don't get the ammo. Lovely. I'm assuming that's it, or like they just for some reason decide not to drop, in which case I'm curious what the requirements are for ammo dropping or not. I imagine it's a chance scenario, but at the same time, like, why? You were so amazing at the beginning of the game for like constantly giving out ammo. What changed? God, so... I genuinely thought I was dead, by the way. I was like, oh, yep, they blew me up. Yay, we're done. Cool. Is it so wrong to want consistency in games? Or, like, you know, just in life in general?
Don't forget to attach the beacon first.
I can't imagine it's wrong.
I read another report on the colonist dementia. It seemed to start after they removed the marker from the planet. God knows how long it was down there.
Yay, spooky scenario that leads to nothing. Good job. What a waste of time and effort.
Please recycle any unused materials regularly.
Shut up. Screw it, I guess I should come over here real quick. Hey, how you doing, save console that I clearly need to use constantly? Jesus Christ. Okay, why is this now a constant? Why is this now a constant? Like, why is this... It's not even a constant, actually, because I've blown off 2 limbs from enemies, and it's acted normally still. But it's just now we're running the chance of having to blow off more than 2 limbs? I don't get that. What? Because that wasn't a boosted enemy.
I've got elevator access to the mining subdeck.
Oh my...
It was a security lockdown, although I don't think it helped them. Now that you've got the beacon and the key, head over there. It looks like the asteroid is held in place by some gravity tethers. You have to knock those out before you can launch it.
I am beyond frustrated right now. Like, I'm frustrated myself for doing something as stupid as just leaving like that and then having to deal with it. But at the same time, I just died. And the respawn mechanic worked like that. It should. It's so idiotic. I don't understand why you have your save mechanic like that, where if someone dies, they respawn at a save point like that. However, if they quit and come back, they are forced to go back to the save station where they saved last. I don't understand why you have an autosave mechanic at that point. It's like, oh yes, cool. We have one for... Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it through, like, consistently put this player where they, like, last saved. Go old school. Go, like, Resident Evil with it, where, like, you die, you go back to the freaking typewriter. Just do that. Why put my, like, why put, I don't get, I hate, Cool, another thing that happens that doesn't lead to anything. We love it here. The rest of this session's gonna be real fun, by the way. It's been a while since I've gotten frustrated to the point of literally losing words. Like, it's been a little bit since that's occurred. Congratulations, game, you have reached the point of making me speechless.
Entering zero gravity.
Okay, where are the enemies at? Come on. Waiting. Alright, so we have to blast all 3 limbs off. Or in that case, none. So it's just damage based now? Went like... Again, like, it's been so consistent throughout, like, the last 2 parts that I've just needed to blow off 2 limbs, and that's enough damage. And it's been consistent across the board on enemy types, so I'm very confused. Like, I'd be more okay with it if it was more like... If it were more like, hey, it takes more shots to blow off the limbs, but not if you need to blow off more limbs. Because at least then it was more consistent in terms of, like, as long as 2 got gone, you were good. Because even with the, like, the tougher base enemies, it was still, like, it takes more shots, but you still just have to blow off 2 body parts. That's it. I have a thing with dealing with idiocy, and to me, idiocy is breaking patterns that seem to be pretty solid in terms of logic.
Entering vacuum. Exiting vacuum. Exiting vacuum. Entering vacuum. Warning. Payload 8772 is no longer tethered. Untrained person exiting vacuum. Exiting zero gravity.
Gonna be a real quiet session from here on out. Realizing I haven't said anything in like 5 minutes.
Dinner will be served in the mess hall in 10 minutes.
Thank you for nothing. Alright. So we're gonna purchase more ammo. Hmm. So the reasoning for that thing and not attacking me when I was in the store, but waiting in kindly until I came out of it? Just the jump scare? That didn't even land? At this point, I am too irritated to be truly jump scared. Just gonna go ahead and state that now. It's gone from a straight irritated to just being a simmering irritated. Yay for tedious little creatures.
Payload 8772 additional release.
Beacon's on its way.
Activated.
All functions normal and broadcasting wideband. Now we just have to hope somebody's listening. I'll position the array receiver. I thought I saw my brother again. He waved to me, like nothing was wrong. Okay. I should be able to leave this channel open. What? The comms array receiver isn't responding. Isaac, can you get back to the bridge? We need that array online or we can't receive signals from anyone responding to the beacon.
Literally one thing after the other in this ship.
Quarantine lifted.
Cool. My question now is how many people do I have to kill before there's no more enemies? Because at this point, there really shouldn't be any more people on this ship. Okay. Flamethrower is all complete. Or whatever that's worth. Whoa, it's blue. Not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. Congratulations, game. You've distracted me from my irritation. I'm proud of you. I'm gonna say it now. I think the only reason this game makes for a decent horror game, or at least has good horror aspects, is purely because of the visual and audio teams. With the pacing of this game, it is not a horror game. If you just change the like environment slightly and the enemy designs,
Things are looking up. A military ship just
I mean, it's-
docked in. The USM Valor. I don't know what it was doing out there. It must have gotten our distress signal. We can't talk to it until the comms array is fixed. I'm gonna hack the door to communications for you. Get in there and find the comms control station.
I mean, like, I compared it to Walking Dead, or like made a comparison last time. But this really is a zombie, like, show. Or like a zombie scenario at this point. It's like, which zombie entertainment, like, drops from being horror fairly quickly and becomes just, like, pure action.
Routine activated. Quarantine lifted.
Like, it's so zombie-esque just for how many times you get swarmed. It quits being horror easily within, like, the first, like, 20 minutes. Like, this is, like, nearly a pure action game with just good horror, like, aesthetics, I guess would be a better way to describe it. Like, so far, this is, like, easily, like, I can see this being in people's, like, top games to play, and, like, I can even, like, say that right now it's shaping up to be that way for me, but in terms of, like, horror, I don't even know if I could truly classify this as being one of my favorite horror games, because it quickly loses that horror, like, aspect. Like, I wouldn't necessarily classify Resident Evil as, like, Like Resident Evil is like probably the best game for me to compare this to, just for like how it feels. But even Resident Evil, I don't think. Well, no, Resident Evil does swarm you, but instead it places it more in terms of just like littering a map with zombies and you having to deal with them like as you go along. Not necessarily this where like it launches them at you in waves. Although Resident Evil does have aspects of that every once in a while. This game, it just happens way too consistently. But I mean, hey, look at that. One thing it's consistent on. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this would classify as one of my favorite horror games. It's definitely one of like my favorite games that I've played so far. But in terms of like horror, like I've played more terrifying games, I think.
Isaac, the door to communications is open. But I've been getting some weird feedback spikes on the local comms. I think someone's listening in on us, so be careful.
Mercer dude's still around. Like, I am close enough to hitting that thing that the game should register as being shots. You gotta be kidding me. Great. You know what? Okay, cool. Flamethrower is still useless. Like... Oh my goodness. Bruh. I'm sorry, how? No, enough. I'm sorry. For me, like, having to murder enemies like this is not horror. Just because your enemies look terrifying and you keep chucking them at the enemies doesn't mean people are going to be scared of them, okay? Bro, I'm literally landing shots on these things and it's not taking. Using a flamethrower in the game's like, no, you're not landing anything. Come on. Legit, the flamethrower is so useless. I'm getting rid of it, honestly. I went through all that trouble to upgrade it. Blue fire is cool, but is it useless as can be? Literally, I don't know why the hitboxes on the enemies are so small for a game in 2008. I don't. Literally filling up the entire hallway with flames, and the game says, no. No, we're not gonna give it to you.
Communications array offline. A service technician has been notified.
That comms array is in bad shape. We need at least 6 working dishes for a strong enough signal. Make sure they're aligned symmetrically so there are no power gaps.
Like, I think this game is a great zombie game. I don't think it's a great horror game. If that's a good way to describe it. Because I would honestly describe the Resident Evil games the same way. Resident Evil 3 is like pure action flick. Resident Evil 2 at least has more horror aspects than the third one. I'm talking about the remakes here, by the way. The first one's a little more like horror-centric, actually. And I would even say so for the second one as well, because again, like it doesn't pace like an action flick until like you get more towards the end. Same for the first game.
Entering zero gravity.
But like the third game is purely paced like an action flick, and I would say that for this game as well. It's just a bunch of zombies that headshotting doesn't do much for, honestly. And I was even gushing over this game in terms of like judging it by a horror standard. But everything I said, like everything I was gushing about, was entirely based on visuals. Visuals and audio, I guess I should restate. And I'm not saying this like purely from a standpoint of being frustrated from earlier. I'm saying this as like a general or like an actual standpoint of judging the game off of its own merits. Like what it actually offers up to the table. Okay. Fix the array. How? And it's like, Alien Isolation is a game that I look to as being the best horror game, and it is like the pinnacle of creating a survival horror that still feels like a horror game like throughout. Most survival horror games, because like this is a survival horror game.
Messages can now be received.
That's it. It's working. Get back to communications and use the control panel to send our coordinates to the Valor.
Most survival horror games suffer from what this game suffers, from Resident Evil tends to turn into. Even Evil Within, which is another one, becomes like they all suffer from the same issue, and that is like being of the horror genre, having those aspects, but losing the element of horror and replacing it with action.
Exiting zero gravity.
Like the first Resident Evil game, I would say solid horror throughout, even with how old it is. Like, and the style mainly. But like, even with how old it is, solidly horror throughout most of it until like you start getting rocket launchers. Second one, I want to say the second one, like going remake, I would say is solidly horror up until like you start to go into the laboratories.
This is USM Valor, widecasting on all frequencies to USGE Shimura in response to your SOS.
That
We
is Iron
picked up
Man.
your escape pod, number 47, and are en route to your position. This message will repeat every 30 seconds until you respond.
What? that the escape pod Hammond jettisoned? One of those things was on board. No. No, this isn't going to happen. USM Valor. Come in, Valor. Our signal isn't strong enough. I'm going to open the blast doors to boost the signal.
Error. Blast door blockage detected.
Of
Please
course.
contact a repair technician.
Shit! Isaac, there's something big on the hull of the ship, directly above the comms array. Something organic. I don't know what it is, and I don't care. We have to get the doors open to transmit to the Valor. You should have a clear shot from ADS Cannon 48. Get to the cannon and blow it out into space.
Yay. Wanted to shoot it. I really wanted to land the shot on it. But like Resident Evil 3 is pretty much pure action. Like I couldn't figure out like the best way to describe it when finishing up that game, but after having time to like process it, that's my best way of describing it, is pretty much the pacing of it. Evil Within, I would say, feels mostly horror, and like I want to say it sticks with that theme throughout. I would say it's better than Resident Evil in terms of that, but it does turn into an action flick towards the end. But I would say it keeps up on the horror a little bit better. Like again though, like it's this is from the standpoint that like survival horror games are like loosely horror, because you do have the chance of defending yourself. But I think the main aspect of like why people tend to see survival horror games as like the lesser style of horror, or like lesser horror genre, is because they like their pacing loses the horror aspect and becomes action at certain points. Like you tend to be less afraid and just more like ready to go at certain points. And I don't know. I think it would be an interesting discussion, like with a multitude of people, to get their perspectives on that. But for me, that's my view on it. But like the reason why Alien Isolation for me is like the best horror game that I've ever played, and it is a survival horror, is because like it keeps that horror aspect, because you don't really have that much power throughout the game. You can defend yourself, you can fend off enemies, but you can't kill like the major threat. And it's like the major threat's not a zombie essentially. Like that's probably like the biggest issue I would say with like most of these games, and why I kind of like like this is what I'm talking about, by the way.
blast doors.
USM Valor, this is Kendra Daniels on the USG Ishimura. Come in. Do not open the escape pod. USM Valor, this is Kendra Daniels on the USG Ishimura. Come in. Do not open the escape pod. Damn it! Respond! Why did they open it? Damn it. Oh my god. It's headed right for us. Isaac! Isaac! Fuck out of there!
Wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here.
Isaac. Isaac, are you there? Thank God you're all right. I've been trying to reach you. Someone's been blocking my rig signal remotely. A crash must have interrupted the signal block.
Hammond, where have you been?
Surviving. Barely. I found some med supplies and patched myself up. Listen. I'm calling aboard on the mission. Fuck the CEC and fuck the chain of command. We have to get the hell out of here. I think I've located a shuttle on the crew deck. Flight log says it needs a new singularity core, but we can probably salvage one from the Valor. I can see the tail end of it sticking out from the side of the Ishimura. I'm headed down there now to find a way inside. I'll meet you there. Hammond out.
I thought the entire
If what
plan
he
was
says
to
is
get out of
true
here
about the
already.
shuttle, we might have a chance of getting out of here. Head to the cargo bay and see if you can help Hammond. In his condition, he may not last long.
Bruh, like, I didn't realize it took that long for us to figure out, oh hey, we need to leave. Like, what is wrong with you people? I don't understand. But no, like, that... Literally a perfect example, by the way, of what I mean when I say, like, you lose the action, or you lose the horror when you, like, just straight up turn into an action film. That was, like, pure action. Oh my goodness. Like, there's no better example. Like, again though, I think it's a problem with a lot of survival horror games where, like, they quickly lose their horror elements, or like they retain them, but the focus is definitely lost and turning more into an action, or like action is prioritized over horror. No. Bloody nuisance. I don't know. Like, Alien Isolation was just a very well-made game, and it's not a zombie horror survival game. Or like survival horror that's based around like enemies that are kind of like cookie cutter. And that's not to say like the design on these enemies isn't terrible. Like the design again on these guys is phenomenal. Like one of the best aspects of this game, easily. But it pretty much is rinse repeat horde mode. Like that's pretty much what it comes down to. And it's like it tends to be why I think people don't see zombies as being like that horrifying. Although that might be like a subjective standpoint, because I don't really have any like data for stating that. I just tend to notice people not being near as like terrified of zombies because of like how easy they typically are to counteract and how plentiful they are within like the entertainment sphere. And again, like these aren't cookie cutter enemies, but they share many similarities with like this game is a zombie game essentially. Like I don't think there's like any room like of everything that I have said that can be debated. I don't think that can. And it's like they're cool zombies, but they're still zombies. Like it's kind of hard to drop that. Bruh, I can sell it for 90,000. I'm so tempted to, honestly. Which probably isn't equivalent to how many power notes I've put in there, but at the same time, it's like at this point, it really doesn't matter. I'm kind of hoping by just putting in my inventory or the storage, I don't have to get near as many or near as much ammo for it. Well, that was a fast chapter. Made up for having to redo the last part. And by part, I mean last chapter end. I do think this game, like, overall, is probably better than Resident Evil games. Just because the story is slightly more interesting. Issue with the zombie games, although, like, Evil Within's pretty solid. Evil Within might be, like, one of my favorite games as well. Like, it is one of my favorite games, but that's just because I like the style of it.
Good, you made it inside. Listen, I just found the munitions log for the Valor. I don't think their presence here is a coincidence. They're not on reconnaissance, and they're not on patrol. This ship is prepped for war. They're on a seek and destroy mission. Do you hear me?
Isaac, I've lost him again. No signal from Hammond's rig. Find the Singularity Core and get the hell out of there.
Okay. So our crew seems to be pretty solid, by the way. I'm not ruling out that someone may betray us by the end, but seems pretty solid so far. At this point, I really don't care what I spend my power node points on because the plasma cutter is just my go-to. I don't even care to try to invest in another weapon at this point.
Entering zero gravity.
Isaac, one of the Valor's weapons ripped open in the crash. Those green orbs you see are highly radioactive, and the Valor's airlock has sealed itself. You're going to have to throw those into space before you can get into the ship.
Okay. How might I ask? Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, it does seem to be like giving me more consistent plasma ammo, or yeah, ammunition. Oh, ow.
Radioactive material removed.
Oh, hello. Again, like, it's the small things. Having no audio right now is pretty cool. Annoying for not knowing where enemies are, but overall cool.
Radioactive material removed.
Hmm.
Radioactive material removed. Radioactive material removed.
Where are the enemies? There you are. It's just like, I don't know. It might just be because I'm so used to the horror genre at this point. Although, like, again, like, Evil Within's one of my favorites, and it still, like, retains some level of horror aspect, but I think that's also because, like, it very much
Radioactive
isn't your
material removed.
standard zombie shooter. It is, but the concept's different, which is why this game's also, in my opinion, better than, like, Resident Evil. It's because, like, it does have, like, some level of variation to it that makes it more unique. Because, like, I can't really think of many, like, space or sci-fi. Well, I say sci-fi. Resident Evil technically is sci-fi. But I can't think of, like, many space zombie games that I've played. If at all.
Radiation hazard clear. Safety lock released.
That enemy looked new.
The part you're looking for will be in the engine room at the back of the ship. I'm reading massive damage, so you may need to find an alternate route to get there.
Okay. I feel like I've kind of ruined like my attitude towards this game, but at the same time, like, I don't really know what else to say. I've kind of said all there is to say, I feel.
The infection process is doing something strange to these soldiers. They all have built-in stasis units in their body armor. The infection is merging the stasis unit into their flesh or something, making them move fast. Real fast. Be careful.
So that's what's happening. Okay, yeah, no, the ammo system is definitely based off of what you have in your inventory. No, that's not what I wanted. Nope. There we go. Ta-da! Cool. What was the point? Nothing. Nothing was the point. Okay. Anyone else drop anything for me? No? You guys suck.
Isaac, you made it whole again.
Like, I'm trying to remember how much I love Evil Within, but like what was unique about it. Like it really was just like the story, like how the zombies essentially came to be with Ruvik. Like that's pretty much like a solid reason as to why. Like I'm trying to figure out if I can expand on anything,
position, but it doesn't look like I can reach
and
you.
I really can't. I've said
Damn
pretty much
ship
my
was nearly
piece.
shared in half. I made it to the bridge. It's a mess here. These poor bastards didn't stand a chance. I'm going to override all door locks so you can get to the engine room. I'll try and catch up with you there.
I pretty much said my piece in regards to like what I think about the state of this game and pretty much my like overview of it, along with other survival horror games. I don't know, if I had to classify like in a horror genre, like just what's my favorite games based off of like horror, I would say like Alien Isolation and probably Outlast, honestly. Like it would start to bleed into games where like you have no capacity to like fight back, I would say. Again, like, great enemy design, though. Nice. I would say that across the board, though, for like the zombie games, like Resident Evil has good like design. Even like the first game, as like dated as the graphics are.
I need to speak with you. My name is Terrence Kine, Dr. Kine. Listen to me. There isn't much time. If you really can repair the shuttle, there is a better use for it than just running away. You must understand, the forces at work here are greater than you can imagine. If you leave now, you condemn all humanity. The planet will never stop, never rest unless the marker is returned. Don't you see? The church is wrong. This is all a trap. I've seen it. Please, you must help me.
This game's like, I still can't quantify whether this game has like just full scientific calls for our issues, or if it does bleed into the supernatural. I still can't tell. So like, good job in terms of like the storytelling and like that front. And like when I say like the first Resident Evil, I am talking about like the remastered, because I never got a chance to actually play like the original. Bloody annoyance.
This is Commander Catechus. We have hostiles on board. This is not a drill. Hostiles are aliens. Alien and extremely dangerous. All personnel, have weapons ready and fire at will.
Yeah, it seems to be like the game wants you to prioritize at least 2 guns. Otherwise, it just starts to randomize your ammo. Yeah. Which I'm assuming this is all chance-based, and they didn't. Okay. Oh, I have infinite. Okay. Curious, I am. Oh. Cool. Be kind of cool if it was like Resident Evil and they gave you like attachments for the guns. Whoop. Oh, come on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm likely just gonna try to beat this, so be warned. Is it just giving me all my ammo? Oh. You gotta land all your shots. You know, I really feel like this should have been like at the beginning of the game as well, just to get the player used to the aiming system. I feel like that would have been nice of the game. Bruh. How hard does it get though? Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. Dude. Dude. Oh, so close. Oh, come on. Bro, what is level 5 though? Oh my god, dude, like, please just give me a way to, like, stop it prematurely for the love of everything. Oh, that's how. Okay, cool, just walk out the room. I really feel like it should be a button, honestly. That is garbage. That is such garbage. I'm getting stuck on this now. I apologize. What? Bruh. You know what? Hold on. I got an idea. Whoa. Oh. Bruh. I want it. I want it. Ha. Ooh. Oh, that was it? It only goes up to level 4? Nice. Cool. Well, that was maybe worthwhile. I don't know. I really don't feel like money does anything for me at this point. But cool. I like how I got through the first 3 levels, almost beat the 4th one, and then I was like, oh yeah, let me make it easier on myself. I like how everyone we come across like that just waits to die until we get up close. Dude, the melee system in this game is so trash. I'm sorry, it just is. At first I thought it was awesome because I got like a lucky hit on an enemy, but the more I play this game, the more obvious the issues become with it. I really feel like if you're... Would you look at that? I really feel like if your aim system is stiff, then your melee system is going to be like feel god-awful. And it does. Mainly because of like how it doesn't lock you in and you make such stiff motions. So there's no true like efficient way to tag an enemy. Okay, so we're about to come up in the store then. Nothing. Cool.
Lockdown initiated.
Like, I literally just got swarmed in the hallway. Why do I need to deal with another swarm scenario? Why? Like, it happens on, like, too consistent of a basis. Like, that's my main issue, I think. It's just, like, no, like... I'm trying to remember if Evil Within had, like, a scenario like what this game has. And I'm pulling up a blank. Jesus. Oh my god. Why is this so irritating? Like, this isn't terrifying. It's not really challenging. It's tedious above all else. And I don't, like, tedious is not what you want your game to be. Because, oh my god. Like, what this has kind of turned into is just, like, I have so many ammo types. And it just feels like I'm getting handed crap that's useless. It's like, well, the idea is that you should experiment and change up your weaponry. And it's like, well, I respond to that with saying, why, outside of the game, just handing me a bunch of useless crap. And then just overfilling my entire inventory with it. Look at this. Look at this idiocy. Look at this idiocy. I have line racks. I have pulse rounds. I have flame material. I have ripper blades. I have contact energy. I have force energy. I have everything besides the ammo that I'm currently utilizing. And from where this, like, where it was originally at the very beginning of this game, where it kept just filling up my inventory with like that, I don't understand why I need this much variation on weapons. I really don't. White light, theater, deep cleanse, CC vessel, USG Ishimura, in breach of government orders. They are believed to have recovered marker 3A. Special Ops has confirmed the system but has been unable to provide the planet location. Special Ops advises caution if marker 3A has been recovered. Infection by a lethal Organism is a credible threat. So, if Marker 3A has been recovered. Okay, that's interesting. Shock point to Aegis system. Move to position out of local scope range and await signal from Ishimura to confirm location. Alright, sounds like all this was planned. God, it's just like... I just like... It's like, oh man, he's really getting karma for trash talking the game at the very beginning for overfilling his inventory on the ammo that he really likes. It's like, okay, so this is my alternative, is to get screwed over by having too many variations of weapons. It's like, how is that, like, this is an idiotic, like, contrast to what was happening at the very beginning, where, like, I just had so much ammunition that, like, I never really felt threatened. It's like, cool, now I'm in this tedious position where I'm threatened because the ammo that I have doesn't match the gun. And I have every variant of ammo in the game. Which, let's go over how many weapons there are. There are 7 weapons. Why? Like, it's really not needed. Like, I really don't see it being, like, that's why the shooting range exists, by the way, is so I could get more ammo for this idiotic scenario. I guarantee it. But, like, it's such an odd way to go about your game to have so many, like, weapon options. And it's not like Resident Evil or Evil Within, where like or like even Alien Isolation. This game, I think, might be the worst of the survival horror in terms of like weapons, because so far with the weapons, Evil Within, you discover them as you go along. Resident Evil, same concept. Alien Isolation, same concept. In no real format do you... I mean, sometimes you do have to go out of your way to make ones, but in this one, you have to go out of your way to purchase the weapons. Like, you have to discover them and then purchase them. But by then, you've already delved into, like, upgrading your primary weapon. So I don't really feel the need... Like, it just feels like there are too many options for, like, not just putting them in my inventory already. And, like, even Resident Evil, which has, like, a similar inventory style, or, like, I guess Dead Space has a similar, inventory style to Resident Evil. It's like, what you can say about that is, like, Resident Evil, I think, does it better. Just from a standpoint of not really over, like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel as trash. But I guess that's because you typically stick with one weapon that's pretty solid, and ammo types typically can go across multiple, like, weapons. Like, there are, like, multiple weapons throughout the games. Like, you get multiple shotguns that utilize shotgun ammunition. You have multiple pistols that take up pistol ammunition. And it's like, there's not even that much variation. There's more weapons in Resident Evil, I think, than 7. Like, this game right now with, like, 7 variant weapons. It's like, Resident Evil, I want to say, has... If we go with the second one, I think you get, like... Or let's go even with, like, 3. You get 6 or 7, but the ammo types are, like, 4 or 5. And that's taking into account... Like, that's considering the grenade launcher as being, like, all one, even though it's not. Like, the grenade rounds are where, like, you start to break apart. But even then, you can choose which ones you typically want to make half the time. I don't know, like, it just feels like a... it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as good. Like, the weapon system here doesn't feel as clean, nor does, like, the ammo system. I guess the same thing's true with Evil Within, too, isn't it? Because you have multiple, like, shotguns and pistols in that game, don't you? If I remember right. Yeah, you do. Don't you? Am I misremembering Evil Within? I might be misremembering Evil Within. I don't know. Like, why? Why? Oh my god. Whatever. I want to say this game has, like, turned into an 8 for me at this point, honestly. I love getting hit by that because I was in the crack. Are you kidding me? Why? What? Jesus Christ. What? There have been way too many retarded moments throughout this entire part. I'm sorry. This is retarded. Like, I don't understand. What? And like, what? It's an '08 game, guys. It's an '08 game. Jesus Christ, man. Just... like, man, you really get tagged for no reason half the time in this. Why is it not? Jesus Christ. I hate this game's stiffness. Like, what? Wait, what? Remember my earlier comments about consistency? Yeah, still doesn't exist. Are we done? Cool.
Power failure.
Is that it? You got it? Oh my god. You got it! That's the piece we need. Get to the crew deck.
Like, legitimately no reason for me to have been set on fire that first time. Also, what is this? Why? Like, why give me so much of the same type of ammo now? Like, like, the logic the developers for this game utilized in, like, items, I have to question. I don't understand it all. Like, I literally just opened 6 containers and got all plasma energy. What? Oh, hey, Hammond.
Over here! I've been trying to reach you, my phone was out. You got the singularity core, that's not taking it out of here. Get that core, Mr. Don't wait for me! Oh,
Dude, I would love a dodge mechanic, honestly. Jesus Christ, hold on.
I just lost all of Hammond's vitals. Is he dead? Oh god. It's just us now, Isaac.
Alright, so Hammond was a real one. However, again, this game I don't feel like... It's just like, these characters I don't feel like have gotten that much personality. They've just been like telling us where we need to be going and what we need to do. Like, that's what this game has been.
Catastrophic failure of fuel container. Evacuate the vessel immediately.
I don't know. The more I play this, the more flaws I see and get finalized as we go. Or like as we reach the end of the game. Like those flaws I think finalize. Because again, it's like characters, I really don't think any of these characters are that, like I don't care for any of them that much. We haven't gotten much like personal time with anyone. They've just been like quest givers. They've been NPCs. That's all they've been.
Warning, catastrophic failure of fuel containment. Evacuate the vessel immediately.
Remember how I said this game turns into an action game? Example Z.
Warning, catastrophic failure of fuel containment. Evacuate the vessel immediately.
Except I really don't feel a sense of urgency, honestly.
Exiting zero gravity. Exiting vacuum.
Like, like I don't really know what else to say because like Hammond died, and it's like there goes a real one. But at the same time, it's like I really didn't feel like any personal attachment to that character. Like I'm sorry, it's just like it hasn't happened. But I'll typically say like on a side note, and I said this in Alien Isolation too. In the video games, I think characters are the hardest aspects of like games, or like video games is like a media format that doesn't really allow for the creation of like bonds to characters. And I still stand by that. So like when I say that this game like it's like Hammond, it's like there goes a real one, but it's like there's no personal attachment there. It's not necessarily like a bad thing about this game. It's typically a bad thing about like this media format. Like it's across the board. Um, I think we'll end it there, honestly, and then next part we shall finish up with the last 3 chapters, assuming that there is enough time for that, which I think there should be. But yeah, this game, like the pacing has been all action. It's had like horror environment, horror like aesthetics. I think is like the best way that I described it. So like, because I can't help but still like critique games, and for anyone that's tired of it, I apologize, but you know, it's to be expected at this point if you stuck around this long. Um, Gameplay wise, I want to say like the more I play this game and the farther it gets from like that first part of like me just being like wide-eyed and like being new to the environment, going from like gushing and glorifying the horror aesthetic that this game nails, and having to deal with like the constant action pace mixed with the back and forth of just running from one objective to the next over and over again. I'm like, I want to say the gameplay originally I said that it was like 10 out of 10 for horror, and then like the main gameplay was like 9 out of 10. I want to say it's like, again, horror, like aesthetics, nailed. When you take into the like into account the pacing of the game after like playing it for 8 hours, I think the save said I did. After doing it for 8 hours, the pacing, the stiffness, which could come with the, again, it's an '08 game, and maybe the new one like smoothed a lot of these issues out. But I'll even go so far as to say that the gameplay is like 8 or 7 out of 10, in my opinion. Like, it's not bad, but, like, that stiffness, the more I play, the worse it feels. And then, like, having to deal with, like, these tedious issues of, like, ammo variations that just load up my inventory to an asinine degree. Because, like, even if I was utilizing a different gun and assuming that the ammo would stay the same in terms of variation and wouldn't lock in on two different types of guns that I'm using, like it was doing with the plasma cutter and the flamethrower, it's idiotic, and it would still be tedious to deal with if I had a second weapon and we had the same amount of variation. However, even going so far as to say that like the ammo becomes more consistent upon spawning based on like having a second gun in my inventory and like matching those two guns. I also think that is a really stupid mechanic, personally, because there is no reason why you should be having to split your resources between two guns and not just isolating to one. Unless it's just like the developers recognize that it becomes more difficult to focus on two guns. But at a certain point, and it's only at this point in late game, because even before where we were focusing on both weapons, like upgrading the flamethrower was still crap by the end. So the developers, I think, had to have understood, if that's the way that they were going with it, the developers had to have understood that the plasma cutter, which I haven't played with the other weapons, the plasma cutter is drastically better than the flamethrower. And I'm saying that from a standpoint of, I want to say like 90% of scenarios. The only scenario I would want to use the flamethrower instead of the plasma cutter is probably those really small enemies. But they pop up so rarely in comparison to every other type of enemy that I would always choose the plasma cutter. It just like I don't know. I have an issue with how they did like the resource management because it's not difficult, it's tedious is the best way to describe it. And again, going back, it's like you never want to make your game tedious. And it's like if I didn't have to go out of my way and purchase weapons, but instead got them naturally throughout the game, like Evil Within, Resident Evil, Alien Isolation, I wouldn't be as annoyed because then I could like actually do resource management. But when you overflow my inventory with crap and then like in a horde mode scenario, like the alternative to what I had to do there, since I was operating with one gun instead of running around like that, was drop ammo, like drop items from my inventory and try to pick up stuff that I actually cared about instead of like using health items to like free up inventory space. The alternative to that was also going to the store, but there were enemies around, and I'm pretty sure the store doesn't pause the game. Like, there were a few different things that I could have done, but none of them are drastically better than what I did. I don't know. Like, there was just something about like recent scenarios that have been nothing but tedious between the autosave functioning being like the weirdest decision to set save points for deaths but not returning to the game. The tedious like resource non-management that I've seen in a survival horror game. I don't like, and you can. It's like sure, I'm sure I could have done things differently to make my these scenarios slightly better for myself, but it just feels. It just doesn't feel good. And like again, when I use the word tedious, that is, I think, one of the worst things for a game to be, because it's like there's a difference between like difficult and tedious. Because when I get done with what like the challenge you're putting forth, and it's not difficult but tedious, I don't feel accomplished. I feel just irritated after getting done with it. That I think is kind of the hallmarker of what I'm trying to get to. But yeah, between like the pacing, the stiffness, the like small aspects of the game that I just don't care for me, this game kind of comes out right now to being like a 7 out of 10, personally. And like the story's interesting for like, because like I am invested in the story, but characters I'm not. It's like gameplay 7 out of 10, story question mark because I need to have it finalized, but it is intriguing. Like visuals are, I think, the only aspect of this game that's a 10 out of 10, and that like I don't even think this game's that punished by being an '08 game in terms of visuals. I do think it is in terms of gameplay. I don't know. I've been going on a rant. I apologize, but I feel like this entire part has been building to it. Yeah. So if anyone has made it this far and cares to make a comment, uh, by all means, do so in the comment section. This game has made me frustrated, and that's kind of it. It's made me frustrated. This part is put like specifically. I've done a few stupid things to get to that point, but between like the inconsistencies that I've noticed or that like have started to show themselves, maybe I was getting lucky before, but I don't think that's the case, or it doesn't feel like that should be the case. Again, between like pacing, inconsistencies, just dullness of repeated horde mode, I think is what I get around to when I say pacing. Um, God, the more I describe it, I want to even like I want to lower it more, but I feel like a 7 out of 10 is like apt for how I want to describe this game. So I think we'll stick for a 7 out of 10 until like we finish up. But I don't know how much like I don't know how much of a like a shocking reveal the story can do for me to like bump this game up. And it's like, I thought you said this was one of your favorite like horror survival games, and it's like it is. I would say like this is still a like it's still a great game, but it's like in terms of being phenomenal, I would much rather play like Evil Within or Alien Isolation over this game in terms of like the survival horror genre. This game I think does well for what it is and when it was made, but it just there were choices made. I I like I would I just I don't care for it. And it's just like the feeling of the game. I'm just repeating myself. I'm sorry, but yeah, just thoughts in the comment section below if anyone actually made it this far and cares about it enough. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoyed my suffering, and if not, then I appreciate you for sticking around this long. Anyways, I don't know who is, but just I'm gonna go play Dead by Daylight. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night, everybody.